Hey, if you've been following along with the podcast so far, you've been listening to High School Hijinks. However, the cast of High School Hijinks, the people who are playing with me, we actually have another campaign, Castlevania D&D campaign, where I'm Hero K, the host and DM once again, and High School Hijinks was more of a hiatus campaign while one of our players, Leon, was sick, well, out. So once
Trying
we're
not to
done
die.
High School,
Trying not to die.
what?
I said our lead player Leon was out trying not to die.
Right, trying not to die.
Like
But
literally.
but that's neither here nor there. If you want to know more about that, you're going to need to ask him yourself. But the point is, what High School Hijinks is a hiatus campaign. So this is actually our main campaign. It's Castlevania D&D. So everyone's going to introduce who they are, so that, and then we're going to talk about what we've done so far, so that when we finish this hiatus campaign and jump back, anyone who has been listening along, I don't know if anyone will listen along, uh, but basically, so that they're not completely lost when it's like, hey, this is session 16 of another campaign. What's going on? So, Leon, will you start us off with letting us know about your character, like name, character, backstory?
Sup, my name is Leon, and I play as Leon. And basically, my character is a gunner that is searching for the dark arts, with a lot of mishaps and a lot of father issues.
Okay. Anything else that you want to let them know about your character?
I have a tendency to look for foreskin.
You also got trapped in.
For a magic that I want to amplify for my teleportation.
Didn't one of the characters trap you in a kitchen dimension for doing something stupid?
Okay, first of all, that bitch had it coming. No,
You know that the character he's referring to, Macia. Macia is one of the two most powerful characters they interact with on a regular basis. The other being Theodore, essentially their leader. Theodore and Macia are the right and left hand men and women of the person who runs the order of the Twilight Keepers, the guild they're a part of, essentially. But they haven't met who the leader is yet. So their day to day is they get missions from Theodore and Macia, and they try not to get killed by them. But they always annoy those two for various reasons, as players are wont to do. But yeah, you got trapped in a kitchen dimension. You deserved it.
yeah, yeah.
Well, is there anything else you want to let the fine people know?
Oh no, it's fine. No, that's all. Just typical me.
Okay. Rush?
Except for
Alright.
looking for foreskin, I don't do that out of game.
Right. As Hiroki was segueing to, I'm Rush. My character name is Rush. Quite inventive of me. My character is a former priest turned bread maker. Right. Quite in a turn of events there. So my character, his backstory being that he's not a fan of the church. He was originally a church member on the notion that he would be making a ton of money just by collecting donations. However, that was not the case, and he developed a paranoia for the church hoarding all the money, which leads into a lot of situations where my character will jump at any opportunity to give the church a hard time.
Okay, and you know I was gonna bring this up. What about that orphanage? Why
Let's
do you keep bothering her?
let's segue that. Let's sidebar that for right now, the orphanage, and go into how we let the world end in one instance because of my pursuit of bread. You know, in the pursuit of bread, I finally was able to construct a blunderbuss sub. Right? Was it a sub? Something like that. Right. So, in the pursuit of doing that, we kind of let the world come to an end, and had to kind of had Macia reset us.
Yeah, that was an interesting day. That was when Leon did get trapped in the kinship dimension. And yeah, the world reset, but thankfully there was enough power and magic that you could just do that. But more on Macia later. But yeah, orphanage.
Reportedly, the blunderbuss was a success, so look forward to that. So Fang,
No, orphanage now. Let us know about it.
all right. So the orphanage is part of the church, right? So we have a sister
It
there.
isn't though.
Regardless, we have a sister there that's part of the church. That is,
She is.
byproduct. Okay, that orphanage has a relationship to the church. So my character, in their planning and cunning and scheming, they decided to turn the orphanage as a platform to give the church a bad image by trying to get the sister to sell the orphanage uh, children to the red light district, brothels, and whatnot, because that would make the public image of the church look bad.
But I keep telling you that the orphanage is only tangentially related to the church.
That's enough
So
for the character.
I know. I'm just letting you know that again. Okay. Do you have anything else that you want to let people know before we move on?
I mean, that's how
Oh,
we started with the fight with the frickin' priest, right?
oh, holy bread is OP. Make sure
Oh,
we all have holy bread.
Leon, what were you saying?
that's how we started the fight with the priest the first time.
You guys start a lot of fight with a lot of priests. Granted, the Order of the Twilight Keepers is opposed to the church, but you still don't need to go out of your way for fights. The fights will find you if you don't look for them.
Or we can just talk our way out of it, like me going to jail.
You guys talk your way out of a lot of things, but I
We
was
talked
going
our way
to.
to a boss fight too.
In any case, I was going to let Fang discuss that when he talked about his character, about that one instance.
Um, yeah, so I'm Fang, and my character is Brigida Valston. Rush just calls me Baguette, and other characters like Leon just call me Bridget. Um, I'm a female knight, and I wield a great sword, two-handed. And I'm usually the party main DPS and sort of tank.
You're 100% the tank. That was what all your abilities are for.
Oh,
It's just you're the only one who has a heavy weapon, because the others use a pistol and magic, and not even magic, attack magic, but support magic. That's what Rush's character does. So essentially, the party composition is Leon is the DPS with a gun, well, with a few different types of guns and a knife, with elemental shots and thunder grenades. Rush is support with healing magic, shield magic, enhancement magic, and impairing the enemies. And you're a tank, and you also have big, strong strikes to do a lot of damage very quickly.
Don't forget the flame sickle for making toast.
And Rush has a flame sickle that was supposed to be a combat weapon, but he uses it to make toast. Okay, Fang, so why did you decide to go with Brigida instead of, just Fang, a boring generic guy like everyone else?
uh, I don't know. I just thought of a nice female name, and that's what I came up with.
Fair enough. So, tell everyone about the time that you and Rush talked your way out of something that you clearly should have known, and that the person knew you knew, but because you rolled high enough, they just had to deal with it.
I mean, you want me to like go through most of that day or just that
But
conversation?
just that encounter, or most of
Oh,
the day if you feel it's relevant.
okay. Well, I mean, we were just Rush. I'm gonna explain more the context for that day because Rush wanted to check out stuff about the church, and we talked to a paladin, and Rush. I don't know what he rolled lowly on, but he was kind of speaking incoherently. So they wanted him to walk a straight line, and he rolled low on that as well. So he messed up on that, and they imprisoned him. So I got away with they didn't do anything to me. I went on my mission that Rush wanted me to do and checked out what the church was doing. I got a tour of being a nun.
Mhm.
Rush was imprisoned, but he managed to convince the prison ward or the guard keep that he was deaf in one of his ears. So that's why he failed the walk in a straight line check. And he got out, and I was in the middle of the church tour and nothing happened. So we meet up and we're like, all right, let's go home. So we going back to the order, and we come across a couple of church, I guess maybe paladin or knights or something like that,
It
and
was a group of paladins.
okay, and they found us really suspicious, and um they initiated a conversation with us, and uh I'm not really sure what happened, but eventually it got to the point where they're like, we mentioned we're trying to hunt a witch, and they're like, oh, who hired you to hunt the witch? And I I I just said I don't know, and I pretty much got a crit on that, and we got away with saying I don't know who hired us to hunt the witch, and they were okay with that, and they let us off.
Okay, so they were okay with that. I was livid because it was a matter of, well, that's clearly wrong, but you're so convincing with your statement of, I don't know who hired me to do this very dangerous, very specific mission that normal people wouldn't know about. So they just were like, our hands are tied because you really didn't seem like you knew, even though you 100% did.
Yeah, yep, pretty much.
And they were only there to begin with because I think Rush was asking them to investigate for some reason, making his life difficult.
Uh, that might have been it. We uh we were definitely feeling like after our ordeal, perhaps we really, didn't get to do what we wanted. So, yeah, I guess just struck up a conversation with them.
Well, no,
Yeah.
so much so as I was enticing them to raid the church over there just by trying to convince them that they're doing something bad, or they're uh, what's the word I'm looking for here? Misusing.
Corrupt.
Well, yes, they were corrupt, and that they were misusing their affiliation with the church to blackmail the citizens, throw people into jail, etc., etc. Which, of course, they did not buy because they were from that very church I was talking about, and almost started a fight,
Hmm.
and convinced them that they didn't want to fight. And we went on our very merry way to encounter another fight, though.
Okay. So I think that's a good enough introduction for everyone. So let's just, briefly discuss all the different sessions that we've done starting from the beginning. Fang, you weren't here for the first few ones. Well, the first one at the very least, but
Okay,
you
yeah.
have an idea of what was going on. So Rush, Leon, you guys were the first session. You guys were introduced to the order. You also had a third party member. You want to discuss anything about that guy?
Yes, he was a werewolf, and yeah. So just don't sleep around him when he's in his werewolf form. He's quite randy, as Leon can attest.
Yeah. Yeah. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah.
But so do you? So Leon, do you want to talk? Do you want to tell the good people about it?
What about my encounters with a werewolf? Nah, I'm good.
Oh, okay. Well, the rest of that session was basically them getting introduced to the Order of the Twilight Keepers, where they met Theo. Theo is basically a Belmont. He's basically he's Theodore Belmont, so he has all the abilities of the Belmont that you traditionally think of in Castlevania, and he's basically in charge of these guys.
And he's a hard ass.
He's a vampire hunter who doesn't have time for your crap.
And doesn't tell us shit, right, Rush?
You
I
guys
know,
never-
right? He gives
you
us
guys-
these missions, but he doesn't explain, even though clearly he knows what's going on, and clearly just telling us, do A, B, C, and then let's go home. Would be a lot easier
And then
than
we have to
here's
do Z.
A and here's Z. Figure it out.
He trusts you guys, and you don't ask him enough questions.
Yeah, but I have the most kill counts because of him not telling us shit. See? This all could have been avoided if it was more explained elaborately.
Once again, it's on you guys to ask more questions. But in any case, the first session you guys fought Aiden and Drand. Well, Aiden, one of the main villains, and then Drand, one of her creations. Do you guys remember Aiden or Drand?
Yeah.
Do you remember Aiden or Drand?
I remember Aiden, not
yeah.
so much Dran. So Aiden being a clone, or yes, a clone of Macia.
No, Drand is the massive dumbass that we fought. That was like a troll-like thing.
Yeah, he threw you guys a lot.
Oh, from the wild.
And then No, the one. Remember when I jacked off on the roof the first time?
Yeah, the guy that kicked all our asses. Yes,
Yeah.
that guy. That was unfair.
See, I can remember that session clearly because, yeah, I knocked out after I won.
Yeah, no, you remember that session because you were the one that shot through the fucking building, waking up all the enemies.
No, that's the other one. That's the other one.
That
That's
was another session later. But yeah, you guys didn't know at the time that Aiden was a clone of Macia because you didn't know who Macia was at the time.
Right.
So, any other thoughts on that, other than the Leon falling asleep on a roof?
Not that I can recall. No other comments regarding that.
Cool. So session 2, you guys lost a werewolf. So you guys lost a werewolf.
Right. Somehow we lost a hulking werewolf. To what? I don't know. Where? Who cares? But we had lost a werewolf.
I think he's still asleep in the order somewhere, waiting.
yeah, with a ball gag.
Okay.
Yeah, with
Um,
Macia holding with the ball gag and everything. Fucking freak.
Okay, so Macia did not do that. But you feel free to have any fan theories you want about where the werewolf went. In any case, you guys were introduced to Corden Lot.
Right.
No, Corden.
Yes. My apprentice, my faithful apprentice, Corden. I showed him the ways of bread making, for he's a fellow creator in the arts of bread.
Didn't I join by then?
I don't think you did because this was still session. Do you remember fighting the giant bat?
Yeah.
Wasn't there?
Yeah, I was there. I knocked
You
it
were there
down.
for the second bat.
Oh, there was a second bat. I see.
Yes, this was the one me and Leon were dismantling and trying to sell its organs and whatever pieces for at the store.
Uh-huh.
Right. So with Corden, anything? Do you guys want to say anything in particular about him? He's the inventor who handles all your tools.
Yeah, he's kind of spastic, but heart of gold. He makes good bread. Not as good as me, but he's learning.
Yeah. So anytime you guys want new things, like he basically, this session introduced the magical MacGuffins, the Twilight Shards and the Twilight Shard Holder. Their mission was to, get the Dark Twilight Shards. They've killed Corden's zombie friends because Corden was the only one who escaped from the research facility where the first Twilight Shard was found. And you guys had no problems killing Corden's friends, did you?
Nope, they were dead. He didn't seem to mind either. They were dead. Nothing can be done. Oh well. Such a shame, really. If only the church was there to do something, which they're not, because they're completely useless.
Well, to be
Really,
fair,
quite.
Corden's operation was through the Order of the Twilight Keepers, not through the church. So the church wasn't going to interfere.
That's
Because
Theodore's problem now. Theodore could have stopped all this.
Theo really couldn't. Theo was off doing other things.
Brother can stop time and you tell me he can't fix this mess.
Was that the session that Theodore had to come and save you guys?
I just realized we don't have. Do we
Oh yeah,
ever-
that did happen. He did save. Well, no, I was alive. He came and wrapped it up, and I was like, "Yeah, you got this. Yeah, kill that bat."
Yeah, essentially when I had to come in with Theodore, I realized very quickly that they definitely needed a third person at all times because heck, they would need a fourth person, an actual fighter, because Leon's ranged and Fang's the tank, and well, Rush, your character's in a word, squishy.
But it also has nothing outside of holy bread, which again is very fantastic for your health and not for monsters' health.
So, eventually we're going to get them a fighter for the party, hopefully. And if not, I'll keep fine-tuning the encounters so that they don't need one, but it would be very helpful. But in any case, session 3 was where Fang joined him as Brigida, and you guys fought Cerberus then.
I believe so.
Yes, we did, and I sort of kind of insta-killed it as the healer. Mind you, as a healer, I sort of insta-killed it by, rolling. Was this the one I had the all cure bread, or was this just my regular holy bread that killed it? Can't quite recall.
I thought you didn't kill Cerberus. I remember you
No, I
basically
talked.
talked about it. Yeah, talked him out of it.
Cerberus was the one I talked out stuff encounter afterwards. I insta-killed with the all cure potion bread.
This is we're talking about the session with Cerberus.
Right.
So yeah, you guys talked your way out of Cerberus, and this was the first session that
He decided to nerf my speaking powers.
well, no, this was the first session that you harassed the nun.
Oh, that was right after we finished the mission, right?
Something like that.
We went. Yeah.
She deserved it. What?
Oh, and then Leon tried to do unspeakable things to the head priest after, going for a cheap kill.
Yeah, I was aiming for his little head hood.
Leon did nothing wrong.
Leon did everything wrong.
He had it coming. That's all I'm saying. You have a giant hood like that, you're just asking for someone to shoot at it.
He didn't, and no.
We're talking about his foreskin. His fucking thing was like an elephant trunk.
It wasn't. You guys, I remember you failed to do anything about that, and you got knocked out.
Yep.
I think Leon got knocked out. I ran away.
Yeah. And I just took out one of the knights, but I didn't lethally kill them. And then I forgot.
He just was. Eventually, they just got tired of it. They just pieced out, knocked Leon out, and left.
Yeah. Yeah. So he didn't get his foreskin.
And that is why session 4, Theo was like, I've had enough of this crap. You, Bridget, you're the leader.
Yeah. Although it not such a great leader.
In any case, this was the session where you guys met Macia. And I recall you guys having a very hard time getting into the church.
Yeah, I mean, I think we had Leon teleport in first.
Yeah, and then he
Um,
didn't open the door forever.
yeah, I forgot what was going on when he was inside there. Yeah, we were just waiting. So,
Leon, once again, why didn't you just open the door for them?
This one about the rooftop one, right?
No, this wasn't the rooftop one. This was the one
Oh.
where Macia was where you guys had to figure out collect another Twilight Shard of light this time, but Macia
Okay,
was
is this the one
trying
where
to
I was in
take
a
it.
barrel naked?
Yes, I think yes, it was this one.
Oh well, first of all, you need to do like infantry. You got to scope out the area yourself. So yeah, I did that first, and I would have thought like Rush would have used his charisma checks to outplay people with his conversational skills.
I think most of the church people were dealing with Macia, so we were. I think Rush and I were also like, we weren't really sure what we could have done aside wait for Leon.
Oh, definitely not. I was waiting it out. I was like, all right,
Yeah.
so let's see what's happening. And then I saw Macia firing at the church, and I was like, we're with Macia. We're with that lady, you know? That's what happened.
Yeah, and essentially when you finished the fight, Macia was like, okay, I'm gonna bring my library back because she had her library hidden away from the order, and when she joined you guys, she magicked the library back, and then you had a magic specialist there who knew Theo super well. They, I don't think they get along. Do they get along? What do you think?
They tolerate each other.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, yeah, because they're both right and left hand of the leader, respectively. So,
Yep.
yeah, they just kind of tolerate each other. They work together because they have to, not because they want to.
Mm-hmm.
Now, session 5 and 6 were the one where with thing we talked about with Fang earlier. But Leon, I forget what you were doing that got you like sidetracked completely.
During the same mission, or
No, the one after when Mermacia joined you guys. Like
What?
you got like the three of you went to investigate another church in another town, but you kind of pissed off at one point. Do you remember what happened there?
I took a shit in the street.
No. I think something happened and you were like trapped in a dream world.
I don't think it was that one.
Oh, okay. Whoops.
And there's so many fuck ups that we did that it's hard to tell which one's which now.
Because I remember having to rescue Leon with Theo and Rush. So,
Oh yeah, that did happen.
yeah, it was pretty short. But yeah, but even after we rescued him, he still had to recuperate. So he was out of commission for a while.
Oh yeah, no, that I think that was this one,
Okay, yeah, figured.
or about this time, or around this time.
Yeah, but I don't know I don't remember the specifics on how he got into that in the first place. So that's probably something you or Leon have to elaborate if you recall.
I have no idea either.
Oh, okay. I mean, he was doing something with Macia, so that's all I know. Yeah.
Right, Macia teleported him back because he did something stupid, and then you two did the thing that you discussed earlier. After that, Leon needed to be rescued by you guys,
Yep.
and that was that.
Yeah. Yeah. In universe, we still Rush and I still don't know what happened.
Yeah, and I don't think you ever will because no one bothered to look into it by now.
Yep.
The next session was super straightforward. You guys fought Medusa, and there was a town that was stoned. You guys didn't completely mess up there, so props to you.
There was something after the mission.
Yeah. Oh, so
Is
that
that the
one.
one? Is that the one where I nutted on a petrified baby?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was trying to gloss over that.
Well, I don't remember.
Well, that was also the one where we sort of enraged the town because we killed the farmer's daughter or something. Well, I
No,
mean,
that's another thing. That's another thing later.
Yeah, that's a lot. It's, quite a lot. Like I thought this mission was just me and Rush.
Oh yeah, it was that mission because Leon was incapacitated at that time.
Yeah. I don't remember too many specifics. Because a recent session we did have that petrification stuff. So yeah, you guys
Well,
might be using with that.
that was more of a training session, but we'll
Yeah.
get to that one.
Yeah.
So,
Um.
but yeah, I think the Medusa session there wasn't anything crazy of note.
Nah.
no,
Yeah, I
not
don't
too much
remember.
after you nerfed me pretty hard.
We did mention about Snake Quaker.
Oh, I think this was the session where I convinced her to. No, I drained her of her connection to whatever made her Medusa. Was it not? Or am I thinking about a later session?
I think that might be it. I think that might be this one.
Yeah, I don't recall that ever happening lately. So it was probably that one.
So I know we saved
me-
a number of people that were converted.
Yeah, this was the one where you guys didn't mess up royally.
Right,
Yeah.
we came close because Baguette almost killed her with a crit.
Oh. Right.
I mean, speaking of not saving saving people. Did we mess up with this other mission that we ended up killing an entire family?
That's later.
That was you.
What?
Don't blame me, Rush.
Look, just because I'm an impartial bystander that allowed the massacre of a family to happen doesn't mean I'm at fault by any means.
How am I supposed to know the mother was still in the barn?
Oh, so scratch that. This isn't going to be session 16. It's going to be session 17 if anyone really cares that much. I don't, and I'm the DM
Mm-hmm.
because I forgot to write down about session 16 because it was so inconsequential before the guys left, but I still remember what it was. So we can discuss that at the end.
Okay.
The next session. Oh boy, the next session. You guys remember when you went to a town, talked to guards, learned about the baker's starter and the mayor's starter who are missing, run to a barrier, wait until night to try to break the barrier, and then after you break said barrier, you guys decide, hey, screw stealth, I'm going to teleport on the roof and shoot inside.
Oh yeah.
You
Yeah.
remember that session?
Yep.
I
and then-
remember we successfully, rescuing the daughter and the mayor's daughter.
No, barely, because you guys fought, like the
I mean,
Lilith
yeah.
that showed up.
Yeah, and I mean,
And-
sure, they're getting their life forces sucked out of them, but in the end, I saved them because
Well,
that's
in the
what
end,
the healer does.
you guys made things worse because you attracted all of the monsters' attention at once. You had a whole mansion you were supposed to walk through and, deal with things in a reasonable order, and you were like, screw that. If I had actually done it the way I should have, you guys would have been dead, and that would have been the end of the campaign, just right then and there.
See, look, regardless of that, we have a gun. That's gonna wake up anyone in the house once we start combat encounters in there. It was fated to happen.
Well, no, because this is D&D rules where even though you have a gun, the gun doesn't make so much noise that everyone hears it. So, like the problem was that you shot into the room that all of the high-level enemies were in, more so
Yeah.
than anything else.
Yep.
I didn't know it was gonna work.
What Didn't Leon like fall off the roof one time?
He did.
Oh
And-
yeah, because I tackled that bitch.
Oh, that's what you did. Yeah.
Remember, I was like, I'm bringing this bitch with me, and then like, and then Chris was like, all right.
Did I successfully throw anyone up there?
Yeah,
Or am
me.
I- Oh, okay. Oh, that's how you got on the roof.
No,
Yeah,
Oh.
no,
I
I
think-
teleported them, and
Oh,
then
okay.
I asked you to push me back up there
Oh, all right.
because I ran out.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
but yeah. So yeah, that was that one session, and then the second session, you guys, saved the girls by the witch ran away at the end of
Yeah.
the previous session, but you guys managed to save the girls barely, mind you, very barely. They were so close to death that I was like, I am going to save them this one time. And speaking of just saving you guys one time, you guys fought the main cast and you guys got your butts handed to you royally, causing Theo to show up again to save you. So yeah, that was your first encounter with the Daughters of the Night, losing
Theo really
pretty
is like
horribly.
discount Batman. You do realize that, right?
What?
I say Theo really is turning to be discount Batman.
Well, no, because Theo has a lot of stuff. Like he has a lot of stuff planned, and he is not going to be discount Batman. He's a Belmont after all. He just has to show
I
up.
mean, does he have parents?
What the-
Does
The
he?
point, yes.
Are they alive?
No,
Then
they
he's
killed by
Batman.
vampires?
they were not killed by a They were not killed by a vampire.
Are they
Besides, look, this is stuff that you guys don't know, and the people listening shouldn't know either. So we're discussing any talk about like Theo and his lineage and things like that. All right.
But he's into pegging, right?
what the-
Give me one reason why I shouldn't just cut this whole thing.
Oh, come
Like-
on, it's just a long tangent.
r-
I mean,
r-
our
and,
session's
like,
supposed to be.
why shouldn't I not just
It's
reset
like-
the entire campaign and make it one less vulgar?
It's gonna happen regardless with us.
In any case, you guys got beat horribly by the Daughters of the Night, and and Laura left, saying, hey, she just kind of pieced out because she got bored. And you guys, lost. Theo saved you, and that was that.
Mhm.
The next session, you guys go to the Spirit Wilds, and nothing of value happened.
Yeah.
Kind of. I mean, they upgraded their skill.
Mm-hmm.
Leon got trapped in the kitchen.
No, that's the next one. The Spirit Wilds, nothing of any real value happened.
I mean, some of my skills went up, but that's about it.
Yeah, just minor upgrade.
You're right. Nothing of value happened.
Then the next session, you guys went to Corden to talk about weapons. And then Macy.
Wait a second. Actually, hold on. Let's reverse that a bit. The Wilds, actually, some crazy shit happened. I don't even think about it. But became like an unstoppable killing machine.
That wasn't that
Of magic.
session.
Yeah, that was a different one.
That
Oh
was
my
the
God.
Mirror World. That was when you guys went to the Mirror World.
Oh my goodness. We've done a lot of training sessions there. We're starting to blur all together.
The point I'm getting at is the Spirit Wilds one, nothing of real note happened, except you guys didn't realize how the Spirit Wilds worked.
Mm-hmm.
The session after that was where you guys went to Corden to talk weapons, and this is where you came up with the idea for the red blunderbuss.
Right.
hmm
And this is where you guys got your secondary elemental weapons.
Right. And this is where we
Uh,
successfully accomplished our goals, albeit at the cost of the civilization ending, the world being destroyed.
yeah, I think I got a dark knife
Yeah.
weapon.
So
Okay.
basically, the other crazy things that happened over in your weapons getting upgraded is Macia took Leon to Detroit for like a minute did I mention? Oh, for those of you guys, just to let you know, Macia is kind of like all powerful in a sense. Like she has her limits, but these guys haven't found them yet, and I doubt they will because she's kind of traveled through time and space. I think one of you guys got sent to the moon for a second at one point.
Yeah. I don't know if I was with Rush, but I was definitely.
So you
I was
guys
definitely-
went. I stayed behind because I didn't trust Macy yet.
I don't think Leon was with me. So at the very least, I was the one to go.
Yeah, but the point is, Macia knew about Detroit, even though this was like the early 1800s,
Hmm.
and then this was where Leon got trapped in the kitchen dimension for 18 months, while you guys made the perfect amount of grain. But hey, once time reset, you guys fought a Minotaur and won.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And do you guys have anything else you want to say about that one?
Uh,
I was in the kitchen because I just told a bitch to go in the kitchen.
So Macia will send you back in the kitchen dimension because she's listening right now.
Oh,
huh.
bitch. No.
See, that's the extent of Macia's power. She even has access to recap about the D&D session. I have no idea how or why. We just have to accept it.
Also, she's also Vegas shit too, right? Rush.
I can neither confirm, nor deny such statements.
Oh, come on. You say that about Theo, but not her.
Well, Theo's always a spaz, though.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Theo isn't a spaz, though. Theo is very straightforward and stoic. Gordon is a spaz, but Theo isn't.
Putting him under the bus, are we? Yeah.
Anyway, the next session afterward, Rush and Fang, I think you guys traveled to a lake for training, and you guys got told you guys weren't worthy yet.
Yeah, it was like lake spirit with some kind of. I mean, I remember seeing a reflection of myself, and of course, I was kind of difficult to fight.
Yeah, once again, you guys lost big time, and were told you weren't worthy yet, and to come
Yeah.
back later when you were worthy. When
Yep.
will you guys be worthy? Probably never at the rate that you're going, if I'm being completely honest. But hey, the lake is there if you guys ever want to visit again.
Yeah, I don't think we ever told Leon about it, but yeah.
Right.
Well, Leon definitely isn't worthy as he is now.
Oh,
Oh.
Just a little DM insight, because you guys are objectively terrible people. Like Bridget, even you go along with some terrible things.
I still think I am a neutral person. Very, very neutral.
Yeah, neutral that leans very close to evil and even transitioned at a point.
That's just minor stuff we're worrying about.
You guys straight up had to go fight more things to not be evil anymore.
Yeah, that did happen, didn't it?
But that was the last session that you guys did. The next session that you did after being proven that you weren't worthy about the lake thing was the time loop.
yes, time loop. Oh man.
The bunny.
So,
Yeah.
you guys have anything to say about the time loop?
It was
I shot a
definitely.
person in the head.
You
Oh,
did.
yeah.
That was the fourth loop. Oh, but so do you guys remember what you were doing each loop? Because I can tell you.
I was woke up, did my training, but I always rolled pretty terribly, so I wouldn't have I didn't have any real hints of that there was a loop going on.
You rolled moderate. I rolled terribly. I was oblivious for at least 4 or 5 loops.
Yeah, and Leon
Leon knew the entire time, but he just didn't care.
Yeah, he
Oh,
was
yeah.
just studying. And yeah, it's definitely a mistake just to try and talk only to Theo and Macia. So
Yeah, because they were also doing things that, very high level stuff can't tell you because, they're basically higher dimensional beings at a certain point.
hmm. So yeah, eventually they finally gave us some kind of hint, and
They didn't.
oh, okay.
Well, actually, no. It was more so the fourth loop. Leon was like, "Hey, I know the best way to get information: killing a person."
Oh, yeah, that happened.
That happens a lot, at least. Yeah.
Who'd you kill?
Some guard. I thought it would break
No,
the
it
loop.
was it was a
Oh,
random person from the church.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Well, it's the church.
Because that day I decided to hit it up with Rush.
Yep. So yeah, basically, but slowly and surely they were figuring it out.
Hmm.
The fifth loop after that disastrous event, uh, they basically were like, "Hey, you guys are stuck in a time loop. Don't randomly kill people. We have to fix that because time shenanigans."
Mm-hmm.
But the sixth loop, you guys figured everything out and found the rabbit that was causing it, but it still escaped. And the seventh loop, you managed to finally catch it and kill it.
Yep.
Any other thoughts about that event?
Uh, um, I mean, one of the key uh points was visiting the bar, but I only went there at other times when that rabbit wasn't there or that people, and I didn't talk to the bartender about it
Mhm.
either. So yeah,
Like
definitely
every
a big
time,
mistake.
every time you went at night, the bartender had information about, hey, this happened earlier today. But you guys, well, like you said, you were either there before it happened, or when you went after it happened, you didn't ask the right questions.
Yeah. So yeah, that.
Rush, Leon, do you either of you have anything to contribute?
No.
No. No. No.
Well, yeah, you've learned. But I hope you guys learned a valuable lesson of don't mess with time.
Of
Still gonna do it.
course. Well, I mean, considering the next mission.
Oh, speaking of the next mission since you want to segue, mission 14. You guys go into a mirror world and everything was opposite.
Oh
Yeah.
wait, what about the Zephyr? The
Oh yeah.
yeah, the
Well, my notes are kind like I didn't write down everything I see. Huh.
oh
Well, in any case, the Zephyr.
yeah. I mean, it was pretty short. I mean, we
That sucked. What do you mean? Pretty short. The amount of healing I had to do that was stupid.
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
first
yeah.
time I died in this campaign. Well, knocked out or incapacitated.
No, that's like the fourth time that's happened for you.
Oh,
well, I
really?
mean,
Yes, our
oh
first
wow.
encounter with me, not
Oh, I mean,
Macia, with
like,
Aiden.
oh yeah. Right.
The bat, a couple
Man,
other, the ones with the guards because you lost and then I had to talk them out of not killing you after you killed one of them after you woke up.
right.
Jeez.
The
And
point
then there was
is,
one more.
this team really needs a fighter. If anyone listening wants to be the fighter for the team,
That what's his face?
my friend may or may not join, but uh, depending on it's based on when we play. Actually, if we start playing earlier, he might be able to make it, but he,
Oh,
that's a not a guarantee.
So the reason I thought it felt short is because it was basically like two battles, but the second battle was super long.
Right, because because the Zephyr. The reason I didn't write it down specifically is because it did still tie into the time travel part.
Yeah.
As you guys took so long with the first part of the time travel, that I
Yeah.
had to chunk that, the actual fight with the Zephyr to another day.
Ah, I see. But I mean, I like the fight with the ice bird.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I mean, Rush, didn't you set some bait or something? Uh,
I'm not recalling this one too well.
it
yeah.
was it was a
He put a knife in the bread
Right.
because I remember this one because I remember going, oh yeah, you guys don't have the guy who shoots things. The guy who shoots things is supposed to be the one to fight the flying bird. So yeah, you guys managed to not die from that one. And then the Zephyr, it was also broken down into multiple sessions because I realized it was overpowered multiple times.
yeah, and we got Leon showed up uh for it.
Mm.
But
So
yeah.
yeah, you guys barely managed to survive the Zephyr.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I don't remember what I did, but there's something with the clock tower arm. I don't know what happened with it, but I feel like something.
It was Leon or Rush was hanging off of it for a bit.
Okay.
Oh, we had a Back to the Future moment.
In any case, yeah, that happened, and I keep realizing more and more that this team is very unbalanced
Right, you
because
got a glass cannon healer that can't DPS.
you're
It's all RNG whether my bread kills someone or does not. It's just unfair.
well, you chose to be a support class.
Look, I chose to be a charismatic bread maker, and I can't even charismatic my way out of anything anymore. But nerf too hard.
You can still charisma your way out of things, just not things that don't care.
It's
When you fight
unfortunate.
when you fight the church, you certainly have those options. But yeah, the Zephyr was a fight that you guys barely survived
Yep.
because I realized because I had to even change how it worked because it's like I can't have the Zephyr work the way I want it to because if I play smart, then they just can't win.
Hmm.
So that was the session, and I fully apologize for that.
Yeah. It was nice having Leon fight again with us.
Yeah. So after the Zephyr, the Mirror World.
Ah, right.
Who wants to talk about that one?
Um, I mean, let's see. How did it begin? Someone
Oh,
there's
the way it began was Leon was messing around where I was like, hey, you guys have a free day. Here is the plot. Don't interact with it unless you want to interact with this plot. And Leon immediately interacted with it. And I was like, you guys had a free day where you could have done literally anything in this world.
yeah. So Rush and I go in there right after him. Uh
And all your abilities and stuff were inverted. Rush, were you the super strong one or was that Leon?
I think that might have been me. Yeah, it was me because I'm the weakest, and then Baguette became the Jafar.
The evil magic user.
yeah. Yep.
Also the nun. The nun was actually evil for once, unlike the whole world where she's good. Unlike you, who harasses her.
Yeah, I mean,
Look, she deserves it, you know? She sets these orphans up for failure in their life without actually sending them on their way to have a purpose.
She certainly does. So no, you're absolutely wrong about that. That's
uh
that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say about that.
did either of them try to stop me before I went to the orphanage? Uh
No, but they didn't try to stop you until you became too much to handle.
okay. Cuz then I was, I was like batshit insane and I, I said I was gonna attack an orphanage, and of course they didn't know which one I was gonna go to.
No, they knew exactly which one you were going to go to. Your words were, it's like I'm gonna. It's like, oh, you're gonna go attack the orphanage, and your response was, which one? To which we all just sat there and laughed at you because you couldn't bluff. That was the worst bluff of your life.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I started some cataclysmic seismic tornadoes, uh, but and then they what did they do to they successfully uh drained or
They,
disabled my unlimited supply of magic somehow. I forgot
they
how.
did it. Well, yeah, because there was like a spell that's like, hey, it was a MacGuffin because of course
Uh,
it had to be a MacGuffin. Otherwise, you would have just ruled the mirror dimension forever.
Wait, didn't they go visit the brothels or something?
They
And it
did
was like, and it was like a good place because it was inverted.
exactly. Yeah. And like the League of Assassins were like the criminal underworld, where basically the police, because the police were the criminal underworld.
Yeah, yeah. And then so I decide to head over after they use the MacGuffin on me or whatever drained my infinite magic supply. I try to head to the church, and then I somehow meet Theo on the way, and then he
I,
just stabbed me.
right. And well, once again, things went a certain way,
Yeah,
and everything worked out in the end. In that case,
yeah. Uh, so yeah, I headed over to I guess the biggest cathedral church area I could find, and uh, I enslaved enslaved those who were working there. Uh, but then yeah, Leon and Rush found me and uh disabled me. Uh, I mean, I don't remember them doing anything else aside using the MacGuffin, I or the MacGuffin just drained my infinite magic supply and then they just took me down. Was that it?
yeah, that was it. That was about
Okay.
it.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Leon, do either of you have anything to add about this? Because both of you also did a lot of things there.
No, not really.
Hmm.
Uh, I mean, what kind of like user or class was Leon in the inverted world? I don't remember anything about his ability.
Both of those
Was a chaste man in that world.
both of them were good close combat types.
Ah, I see. Hmm, yeah. Uh, yeah. My character still feels a bit traumatized from being stabbed by a reverse Theo.
Look, you 100% asked for that and invited it.
At least Macia took care of him. So, uh,
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
because your lawful and your chaotic characters got flipped.
mhm.
Okay, so the last major session, uh, well, you guys were asked to hunt down the Daughters of the Night. Leon does something that I'm not going to repeat here, and which causes your group to not get any information about the place you were called to investigate to hunt down the Daughters of the Night.
Yeah. Yep. We failed in our mission, and the townspeople totally hate us.
Well, they hate you for other things later, but after that, you guys tried
Yes.
to camp. You guys tried to camp out, and that's when you got split up.
Yeah, like
Oh
some
yeah.
jackass took a shit in the street.
That was you, and you guys deserved everything that happened afterward. But you guys got split up. I remember you guys failing to fight, and then Aiden tried to convince you guys to come to the dark side or whatever.
Yeah. And Then she got fed up with our shit and left.
Yeah. It seems like all of the strong villains just kind of leave because you guys aren't capable of dealing with them, even though you totally should be.
Yep. And
But but hey, you guys.
I call shenanigans on that. They clearly know we're inept, and they still want to pick on us. That's just true villainy right there.
To be
And
fair,
trickery.
they could have killed you guys at any point. Like at any point, they could have, just killed you and finished you off. I still don't know why they don't.
yeah, maybe it would activate Theo's desperation when his all
And his shotgun gun.
his bloodline.
But in any case, would you guys like to discuss how what you did after you somehow barely managed to win once again? This seems to be a running theme of barely managing to win because the DM takes pity on you.
So after
Honestly, I
Iden
don't
left,
think it's the DM's favor. I'm pretty sure it is the divinity of the holy bread that brings us to
No.
the next level.
All right,
Grants us our salvation.
sure, okay.
So after Iden left, we fought a witch. And
A harvest witch specifically.
Yes, and we killed her.
Mm-hmm.
Hold up, this we is, really needs to be redacted. There was no we in this situation. I was out cold, so I couldn't be the hero once again and save this dear poor girl. You guys murdered this girl. I was out dead.
Wait, I thought
And
I was the one that was out because you remember what happens
No,
afterwards?
I deaded. I was the one that deaded.
Because the farmer's father, the daughter's father, comes in and asks and is like, "What's going on?" And something happened to him, and I wake up, and then I ask you guys, "Oh, what happened?" And after
You
that,
wake up after me. I was the one that first got deaded, though.
oh, so that means it was just Leon.
The point is Leon killed the farmer's father. Well, no. I remember that you were an accomplice, Fang, and Rush, you were just standing there.
Oh,
Right.
okay. What the daughter?
The daughter Leon killed. I was out cold.
And then I killed the father too.
Yes, Leon killed the farmer. You helped bury him, and I was standing here like I saw nothing. Yes, you did. You helped bury him, and then Leon.
That wasn't.
No, I teleported him into the swamp again.
Yeah, and I was unconscious after the battle too. So
that wasn't even the worst part. The farmer was pretty bad, but the worst part was what you did to the home.
To the mother in the barn.
I didn't know she was in there.
In the first place, why was she in the barn? I don't know. Yeah. Maybe she has a thing with horses. Who knows?
Well, no. She was in the house.
No horse.
She's
in the donkey house. Oh.
You guys.
In any case, he killed the farm animals. He killed the wife. He killed the husband. He killed a lot of people that day.
Well, Fang, you helped. You helped.
And we need a channel. We're gonna need a channel artist for that.
And the point is, all of you guys, your alignment shifted one more towards evil. You and Leon, into pure evil, and then Fang and from good to neutral. And he lost his lawful. So yeah, you two were chaotic evil, and Fang was true neutral for a bit until the next session, where Theo introduced shenanigans to get you guys' alignment reset because I didn't want to deal with this nonsense when we came back. And I wanted to give you guys a clean slate for once.
Uh-huh.
And that was a session where my friend did jump in and played a character with a giant fork as a fighter, as the team's fighter. Any comments, concerns about that session?
What was he? He was Italian, wasn't he? With the spaghetti. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the one with the snake lady Koeka, right?
It was the last one, yes.
All right. Friggin' Rush.
I don't
Hold
remember
up.
too
There's
much.
someone outside.
Okay. Don't remember too much. We were tasked with a petrification type monster.
The point, yeah, Medusa heads. A
Oh,
lot of
okay.
Medusas.
Hmm.
Like a lot of Medusa heads and a lot more petrification. But this one, surprise, wasn't real and it was all simulation. And,
Mm.
that was that.
Yep. And then I'm not sure. I mean, we at least heard him, but I don't know the leader of the order. I'm not sure we saw him or them.
Oh yeah, he was talking down to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he can also hear what you're saying.
Ah.
Let's have a fundraiser, illustrious
Also,
leader.
I never specified anything about the leader of the order. You don't know if it's male, female, or something else entirely.
I'm saying leader, great illustrious leader of our great organization. Let's have a bread fundraising sale
Okay, but does anyone have any final thoughts before we wrap up?
at the church. Holy, what all cure all bread.
No. Been fun. Main attacker, but it would be nice to have another member.
It would be nice to get some more kills as a healer, but that's the nature of being a healer. You can't be the killer, savior of all.
Leon, any final thoughts?
I'm not sure he can say much right now.
Right. I'm sure he would say something ridiculous anyway.
Well, okay, to fill in Leon's gap, how about this? Why don't we have a Flash Gordon cameo in Castlevania? Imagine that.
No. Absolutely not.
Like, you want Queen singing in the background?
Like I said, no, absolutely not. We're still keeping things within Castlevania lore. But yeah.
That's my crazy statement for Leon.
Assholes.
I was asking if you had any final thoughts.
Not
yeah, we
much.
just wrapped up the last mission. So
Wonderful then. Well then, I will
All
go
right.
ahead and start the closeout on this. Thank you anyone for coming by and listening to us ramble about our sessions in Castlevania. This is Rush. I'm passing over the torch to someone else now to take over.
this is Fang. Thanks for listening.
Yep. Thank you.
Okay, so once again, I was here. Okay, and as Rush said, thank you for listening to us ramble for a little over an hour. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, beyond that, if you managed to listen to all this, and if you did, please be the fighter from a group. You clearly have a vested interest in this, but even if you just want to listen along, that's fine. All of our contact information will be in the description as always. If you did listen to this, thanks again for listening. And, the next thing you hear on this channel will be another session of high school hijinks. Where I don't know which episode. It could be 3, it could be 5. Who knows yet? Who knows when this will be done? Just know that this will be done before the next time we do Castlevania. So yeah, if we have Castlevania on this channel again before that, something went terribly, terribly wrong. All right, so this is Hero K signing out. Bye.